Now, the first thing that I think we should talk about is how much that I believe that Hong Kong should take over China, and how we should publicly demonstrate in Hong Kong about that
What
against China.
Sorry,
I thought there
I
was no
believe that
politics.
Taiwan is the real China, so
Yeah.
I don't know what that big
topic.
landmass is. I don't care.
Oh my god.
What do you think?
Hashtag Taiwan is the real China.
Get that trending. Get that trending on China.
I'm fairly sure the Chinese people actually respect the people in Taiwan, but the main problem is that they do want to assimilate them into the country.
So
Don't the
they
Hong
want
Kong
to start
people-
Everyone, it's been under.
Don't the Hong
Japan,
Kong
it's
people
been
not
under
want to do
Indonesia,
that?
it's been under America, it's been under.
Mm.
I think it's been under Britain at some point. Oh, it's been under France. I know that.
Damn.
for sure. It's been under everyone.
Oh man.
So I think they just want to be a bit more free.
Actually, we should probably introduce everyone.
No,
Actually,
everyone
now.
introduce themselves. I am. Am I the host?
No.
No.
You are the
No.
host.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
one of you.
Who's your host?
I'm
One
the
of you are.
host.
Can we have podcast points and every podcast someone wins?
Fine. I'll
Okay.
start keeping track of that.
Yeah, you manage that, Lucas. All right.
How is that gonna work?
Currently, no one's winning
Yes.
with
Because he
117
invented
points.
podcast points.
Yeah. Exactly.
Amazing.
Justin has negative 23
Oh wow.
Damn.
Congrats.
for being historical. Austin has 0 because he's the host.
I'm the host.
Yeah, he's the host, so he can neither win nor lose.
What?
Yeah. And I have exactly 2.
Okay.
All right.
Welcome to the
Wait, how are we
podcast.
gonna... Yeah, welcome to the podcast.
I'm Austin / Sweetpotates. Don't call me Sweetpotates. It's too hard to say. What else? What else do we say when we introduce ourselves? Name. screen
Name. You can give a general
And,
location of where you live.
And which country you want the United States to take over first?
I mean, by
I
general
want them to
location,
take
I
over
mean, like,
Taiwan
state.
and make Taiwan the real China.
I mean, I think that we should just mention that. Obviously, we're making all these jokes because Justin, you live in.
Oh yeah, Justin lives
I live
in
in Hong Kong.
2435 Wanker Janker Lane, UK.
I'm originally from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
I'm currently studying in the UK,
If you didn't know, that's Justin talking.
London to be specific.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, I'm Austin / Sweetpotates.
We're,
Next
and you're
person.
in the Eastern time.
I'm
zone.
in the Eastern time zone.
Yeah.
So if I mention time, it's Eastern time zone.
Yes.
Oh,
Me and-
not for me.
Lucas, you go next.
Not for me.
Me and Nolan we're in the same time zone, right?
I think so. Are you in Central?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the same.
I'm in
time
the
zone.
eastern side of it, and you're on the western side of it.
Yup.
I'm Lucas. I run a radio show. I was gonna say a robot show. I was like, I don't run robots.
I run
That's
the
not me.
YouTube channel that you're probably watching this on.
Yeah.
in case you didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I play video games.
And what's your screen name, Lucas?
MastalukeRemix. There you go. You can find me on all forms of social media.
Yep, every single
Just
one.
SoundCloud,
Yeah.
right? Go ahead, plug yourself, fucking asshole.
The problem is that I don't own any of those names, and no one owns them because no one thought of that name. I kind of worried now that people are gonna go get them when you post this podcast. I wonder if I should go grab them.
I mean, maybe.
I wonder if I should go
Scoop
grab
up your
them right
names.
now.
I actually wasn't able to get BacksideRammer on the PlayStation because apparently someone had already taken it,
Wow.
which
Oh,
made me
man.
really sad.
What
I had to
did-
go
what
with
did you go
Backside
with?
Basher.
How unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right, Justin, you're next.
With what?
Your
He already
name,
introduced
himself.
It's the
screen
first
name,
one.
Your
Oh,
Screen name.
screen
time
name.
zone. I don't fucking know.
Screen name KT4/Killar the Fourth.
With an A.
With an A, yes. I am currently in London. Plus 6 hours to Lucas,
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Only 5 to me.
and plus 5 hours to Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, you're up pretty fucking late.
Yes, it's
You're-
3:30 a.m. It is 3:30
You're,
a.m.
hold on. Best joke ever told. Get ready.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I'm ready.
You're up very late.
What?
Wait, what?
You're up.
Everyone in agreements for negative
Oh
points.
no!
Oh.
No! No! No!
You're up very late.
Vote minus
Wait.
minus
Wait.
10,000 points for
This
that.
Okay, minus 10,000.
This is going over my
agreements.
head.
Yeah, I
don't
it went over mine
understand.
too. Don't worry.
It's Europe, Austin. And then
Oh my
Europe.
god!
Yeah, okay, negative 20,000.
Please.
Minus.
Okay.
Okay, minus 50 points, but plus 2 for originality.
All right, we're at I'm at negative 46.
How'd you get to 46? I thought you were at 2
He started
before.
out with 2,
I was.
minus 50, plus 2.
And so I am double Justin's points in
Oh
the
my
negatives.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
Nolan, you're up.
Okay,
Oh no, I
Yeah.
did it again!
what do you do?
He said Europe again, but it doesn't matter. You're not in Europe.
Yeah,
Doesn't
I'm not in
matter.
Europe, so it doesn't count.
Okay.
My name's
Oh boy.
Nolan.
Oh boy.
Screen name is BacksideRammer or Backside Basher when this eventually gets banned. And yeah,
Oh man.
Central Time Zone, I guess, if that's what we're going with, Central Time Zone.
What a lame fact.
Yeah.
What do you like
Another
to
fact,
do,
I
Nolan?
run 3 hobo boxing rings. You're welcome.
3? Wow.
Yes.
What happened to the 4th?
It got shut down. Actually, apparently
wait.
Taiwan does not
shit.
like hobo boxing rings.
Oh, all right. Should've
That was
known
your Taiwanese branch?
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
That's sad, man. That's why they're not
You
the real
should have
China.
Justin.
The real China would allow a hobo boxing ring. Should I go into a question, or does anyone
Oh,
have anything
I
they want
think.
to talk about?
Well, I feel like the first thing we should talk about, since you did ask us our screen names, I didn't really think about it, but maybe we should say
Backstory?
where we got each one of
Oh,
ours
I
from.
was
Yeah.
thinking that too. Oh my god.
I mean, I just thought of it because I didn't even think about it really.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
Let's do it by points. I'll go first.
Lowest points first.
Yeah.
Well, then Justin would go first.
No, I have less than him now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
0.3. I'm at negative 46. Let's
All
do
right.
this. I was trying to get the name Mastaluke because that's a very, very non-common name. Turns out a lot of people have thought of that name already. And there's like a whole Masta clan out there. This was in 2006. It was like 3 or 4 years after Halo, the first Halo came out. Do you guys wait, hold on, that doesn't sound right. When did the first Halo come out? Anyone know?
I don't fucking know.
2001?
Yeah, I would have.
All right, no, that's right. So 2003 or 2004 would have been the time.
Okay.
And so when we registered me for Xbox Live, that name was already taken.
Oh.
So we just added a remix at the end, and that was it. That's all it was. It
That's
was
all it
before I even
was.
liked music.
And now you make Spotify playlists that I listen to all the time.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you have a
Plug-
radio show.
Plug
Plug my
Spotify.
DJ. Yeah. So I'll plug it at the end or something. I don't really feel like plugging it right
I'll
now.
put a link in the description.
Yeah, just
Yeah, have
put
like a link dump for all like the pictures that we inevitably mention and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
link the SoundCloud part of it.
Well, I'll
Don't
link
link everything else.
Your SoundCloud.
Don't link the Spotify. Yeah, the SoundCloud.
Yeah,
you know
'cause
what?
your
What
Spotify's
it
your
is.
personal Spotify.
Yeah, I don't want to.
All right,
I
Justin.
prefer not to link that.
Are you all done, Lukey?
Yeah, I'm done.
So screen name and how I got it.
Yeah.
Well, we know
Yes.
what it is, but yeah.
Yeah, we know what your screen name is. Don't worry.
So I only got it because it just stuck. It was like when I was 6, I just made it up and it just stuck. That's about it.
Wow. These are such lackluster
Wait, why did that
stories.
stick? What was it? Like your parents call you Killar? Killar.
Hey, Killar!
The fourth-
Hey,
the
Killar!
fourth one. The fourth kid over there.
It was the first online game I've made, like name. That's probably why.
Interesting.
Just like the fourth came out of nowhere, and
No, originally it was just Killar in
Oh.
StarCraft. In StarCraft, it was just Killar,
Mm.
and I just tagged the 4th on because I wanted a number.
Alright.
Even
you
though
want a
even
number.
though 4 is not my favorite number. 4 is not my favorite number.
Yeah.
What is your favorite number?
Number 2.
That's
Why?
even.
Because you watched Codename Kids Next
Well,
Door.
just think.
And you liked that pudgy guy.
That is actually your favorite number times your favorite number. So
Ooh, it's the
Ooh.
squared.
Wow.
twice. Yeah, it's twice your favorite number.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, something
It's-
like that.
It's twice the number your favorite number could be.
It's twice as much as your favorite number ever will be. It will never get anywhere in the world. It will never be first place, and it will never be that big.
Wow.
Holy
It'll
shit.
It'll never be that big.
Nailed it.
Everyone knows you can only be bigger or older. Alright, next is Austin.
Oh my god, I just
yeah,
realized what you
me.
meant by that.
I used to have okay, so
You had a lot of tags.
I have. Like, well, normally, like, I played, I guess I usually did my school username for, like, online games, which was, Tipos, the, like, 4 letters of your last name and 3 of your first. Really lame, but I was
Can anyone guess
so
what his real
uncreative.
name is now? With that information?
Yeah, fucking don't.
As if it wasn't on his YouTube
Man,
description
That's going to
already.
get cut.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's
Oh,
in my
that's
YouTube
true.
about or
Yeah.
whatever. And then I went by on Xbox. When I first got an Xbox, I got I thought me and my friends were gonna be the Pioneer Clan because that was the mascot of our school. So I did
Pioneer
Pioneer 009 as a play on 007. I don't know why I didn't do 007. I really that.
I
don't know
asked
why.
you that, actually, I
You
think.
did,
But
and I was like, I don't know
Oh,
why.
man.
And then everyone
I totally
else
remember
had already
Peter.
changed their name, so I was alone in that.
I
Very
never
sad.
changed it.
Well, yeah, but like Jordan and all the other people did. Very sad time. And then Microsoft stopped letting me buy Xbox Live on that account for some reason.
Yeah.
Which I
Unfortunate.
guarantee you could have fixed if you would have just called Microsoft.
I don't want to fucking talk to those people. I was like 15. I don't even know how old. 16. I don't know.
You're 17 now, so it's
No, I'm
pretty
not.
big.
I'm 18. I'm coming up on 19 in like less than a month.
What? You told me that you were 16.
I swear,
I didn't know
she said she was 16. I didn't know she was
13,
18.
Austin. I'm 13. Oh no. What did we do, Austin? That age difference.
What did we do? We didn't.
yeah, and I don't know. I like
sweet potatoes, and I'm a sweet person. I won the kindness counts award in my
Right.
school, so there's proof.
I'm gonna duck 10 for that.
What?
Why?
I got a
That's a
fucking,
lie.
I got a scholarship for the kindness counts. $1,000.
You may be kind, but you're definitely not sweet.
Yeah.
Oh,
damn.
oh, ouch.
Welcome to the Roast Austin podcast.
Apply
We're roasting
ice
sweet
to burned
potatoes.
area.
Ouch.
Apply ice to burned area.
Yeah.
I already used my last full
Wow.
restore.
We have a lot of people in the negatives right now.
Wow.
Yes.
Why did I get
going
minus
strong.
for
Can we get a golf? Can we
All right.
golf this? Can we
golf
change that?
this?
I'm
No.
doing too good.
yeah, no one's way in the lead for
I'm really far
Nolan
behind.
pulled in America and fucking made something up, patented it, and is now reaping the rewards.
Oh yeah.
I probably should have made that Europe comment.
Thank you, capitalism.
All right, that's it for me. So Nolan, what about you?
Okay,
Your
so-
screen name.
I chose BacksideRammer because I was trying to go with something along the lines of Anal Avenger, and apparently Xbox doesn't like that. So I kept trying to do things with anal until I realized that was the issue. So
Oh, really? Not Avenger?
yeah. So
If
this,
Avengers is
hey,
copyrighted by Disney, of course you couldn't do it.
this was a couple years ago, all right? So like I think it was at least like 6 years ago.
Okay.
So eventually I went to something around the anus, which was the backside in general, and still wanted to go with anal sex though, so I went BacksideRammer.
I got our podcast name. It's Anal Sex,
Anal
obviously.
That was an original idea.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was. But for different reasons.
So
Yeah.
that's how I got BacksideRammer. Currently banned on Xbox Live.
yeah, you did get banned on Xbox Live.
Yeah. So
What? Did they tell you what it was?
I said it was containing
Inappropriate
sexual
name.
content.
Oh, really?
or as they put it, a sexual innuendo. So I tried to talk my way out of it, but they didn't let me. So I paid $10 and changed it to Backside Basher. And
God, they don't want.
I think
You know,
it's going to be about 2 years before they get it banned too.
You know, he gave us $10. So we might as well give him 10 more years of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$10 for 2 years.
It's pretty
Jeez.
good. All right. Well, I say we go to the official questions now.
Official. Oh, are those my questions then?
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
your crappy
yours.
questions.
We'll finish with mine. We'll end with mine. The strong
Okay.
ones.
So the first question, I don't know if there's really in any order, but this one, since we're all gamers and such, I said, what was like your first / favorite video game / console?
That's very different. Person favorite.
Well,
Let's just
Favorite,
make it two
like-
separate things.
Yeah, come on.
All right. Uh. Well, I'm still in last at this point, so I guess I'll go first again.
all right. I mean, if
Alright.
somebody, if
Until I can
nobody
make some
knows and somebody
points.
does,
Until I can make some points. All right. So my first game. I'd have to think about it. There's a couple out there, but
I
would
mean,
either
I
be
know mine,
Halo-
so I can go. No, you,
it'd either be Halo for sure on console, or Age of Empires for PC.
okay.
I don't know what my favorite would be, unfortunately. Go ahead and you guys can come back to me for the favorite.
Okay.
Okay.
Who is? Am I next? No, Justin's next.
No, Justin's next.
My first game on a console, I remember I had the original. So I played Tekken on that.
Tekken, really?
Yeah. On the PC, my first game was StarCraft.
Okay.
So, and as for favorites, as of right now, my favorite console is probably Smash.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, Smash.
4?
Well, Wii
Like-
U or 3DS.
Like Smash KT4?
Oh, boo.
Are you sure your favorite number's not 4?
Boo.
I thought it would be Smash 2.
And I guess on PC, I don't really have one. I play League of Legends most out of.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm. Your turn, Austin.
Me? Oh shit.
My first game for the computer was Pajama Sam. I remember I played the
Hey.
fuck out of that.
Change
That's a
it
fun
every
game.
day.
Before I played Pajama Sam and that car game, Putt Putt, I actually did end up playing Age of Empires and Halo. I kind of went the wrong way.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Guys,
don't
keep
even
on
know what
going.
game to.
See, I played like Pajama Sam, and I forget
It's
if I
kid
had.
games. For,
I
like,
I don't
Alright,
remember
fish.
if I
I had my NES before I had my PlayStation 2. So I guess on NES this would either be like Galaga or Tetris, or yeah. And then on the PlayStation, all I had were Lego games. So Lego Star Wars 2, I think that was actually one of my favorite games growing up.
You invested in Lego games before they were considered really good. Like the first couple were good, but everyone always thought it was an anomaly. But you always bought them.
I love them, dude. Lego games
Yeah.
are great. Yeah, don't search through my channel to find those that play me playing that one Lego game. Don't do that. It's not good. In fact,
I am
highly
currently doing that
discourage-
right now.
No,
I am
please.
currently doing that
No,
right.
it's so bad.
Nolan.
I don't even remember the quality. But my favorite, I don't fucking know.
Good answer.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. Favorite, I don't know. I
Favorite's
play
hard.
Overwatch a shit ton, and that's a fun game.
I just gave myself. I just explained what. Most.
All right, Nolan.
Okay, so first game or console, I guess. Does a Game Boy count?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then my first game is on the PC, and I think it's called Spider-Man. It's a Spider-Man game. I don't remember which one, but the first console I guess would be a Game Boy, like Advanced, and that was Pokemon Sapphire.
Wow.
That shit was lit. Okay, you don't understand.
Oh no, I believe you. I played the fuck out of that game too.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
I'm still playing Pokemon right now. It doesn't really matter.
Dude, it's so much fun.
Yeah, no, I I have I don't know. I don't remember. See, I can't remember like order in my head of when I played these games, but I also played Pokemon Yellow, the big ass cartridge with Fat Pikachu in the game before they thinned him down. According to the liberal agenda or whatever. I don't fucking know.
Awkwardly, I kind of stopped playing Pokemon because I kind of got bored of it after Black and White. I don't know why.
You're missing out on Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon is
I
good.
know. I know, but I don't know.
I played up to Diamond and Pearl, and then I skipped all the Black and White and X and Y. I wanted to
Pearl
get X
is
and Y,
one.
but I couldn't.
Pearl is the game that I spent a ton of time into that game, but then the next one I just got really disappointed in, and so I kind of stopped playing.
But Platinum?
I
No, I
played
think you mean
Platinum,
Black
but
and
I didn't
White.
really. I meant Black and White.
Yeah, I
That's when I
didn't
stopped.
Play Black and White because I was
Black
at
and
that
White,
point I was
it had-
too cool for Pokemon.
Black and White had the best story out of all the Pokemon.
I mean, to be fair, I did watch a playthrough of Black and White, and it was really cool. So
Yeah. To watch
Uh,
the white destroy the black, it was amazing.
Yeah, I only played Sapphire, so
racism.
Are these racist undertones in my podcast?
oh no,
Not the undertones.
anything
Well-
but the undertones.
If it was in public, I only they'd say it outright.
Yeah. if only they just go out and proclaim racism.
They're
My
poisoning the
lord.
water. Ugh.
all right,
Next
Next
question.
question.
next question. Okay, what is the like worst, absolute worst, either like teacher or like moment in a classroom that you've had?
Oh man.
Ricky, you want to
Okay.
go first since we haven't
Uh,
doled out any points?
I really need to get myself some more points. God damn it! I don't want to go first every
Podcast
time.
points are hard to come by.
Alright, anyways, the worst experience ever is the guy. I usually don't tell this story, but I've actually gotten really comfortable with telling it now.
Oh boy.
Is this about to get deep?
No, it's not really gonna get deep. It's just
Okay.
I don't really like talking about personal things like this, but at this point, it's something that's really defined how I go about like making friends now.
Oh boy.
Like,
all right.
It was really like defining for me. But anyways, it was definitely in 5th grade.
Okay.
Let's see. We got in trouble for talking in class, and
Okay.
he got put to a different table, but he got so upset that he refused to talk to me for 5 months, and he was my only
Wow.
friend.
Wow.
And that's why it was so brutal.
Oh,
Because he
that's
was my
awful.
only guy friend. Because I like, because
hung
you know how
out
I
with-
am. Like,
I remember
I hung
who
out
you
with
hung out
Hannah. Hannah,
Marth.
I didn't sit for Marth. And Emily M. You know who
Yeah,
she is.
I know all these people.
Yeah, and so like having that happen, like it was like life changing. You guys are like, maybe I need more than 3 friends when one's a complete asshole. And so, yeah, and that's why I've always held a grudge against him. He's like the only person that I've never given a second chance to,
Wow.
friendship
From
wise.
5th grade.
Yeah, no,
That's fucking savage.
because like remember in middle school when he was awkward and like didn't know what to do with his life.
Oh yeah,
I kind of feel sometimes I feel like I was the one that caused him to go to where he is now, but
Nah, he kind of
No.
caused that on himself if he just kind of
yeah,
bailed on you.
because he did want to hang out like once in middle school, but I was like, ew, no, bitch. But
Little
yeah,
harsh.
yeah, it was pretty harsh because the way where he is now is in a good place right now. He's not a good
Yeah.
place
Oh,
right now.
Yeah,
So-
I feel.
All right. Justin.
Well, this actually occurred over most of my primary school. Like,
Okay.
basically, I didn't really get to know this guy until like 3, so I'm not sure what that is for you. Maybe 4th grade, maybe 3rd.
Okay.
But he was an ass. He took advantage of my kindness.
Oh boy.
I didn't really tell on him when he did bad things. Like, and he'd like physically bully me, but I never said.
Oh boy.
The worst part was he was shorter than me.
Wow.
Actually, like,
it's
my
like-
experience. This is kind of like my experience, but not as bad.
Like one time, even the PE teacher just started yelling at him because I was running faster than him, and he grabbed my shirt, like in a race,
Really?
because he tried to slow me down so he'd get ahead of me.
Oh yeah.
And I still beat him, but he was yeah, it was
Not in the
bad.
race. I just beat the shit out of him.
No, like at one point, about 6th grade, he tried to make me buy a game. Do it. It was,
Oh snap!
and I like that's the one time I actually told the teacher
No.
about it, and then he was separated from me. Thank fuck. And then middle school came. I got some new friends who were separated because he was still in the same school as me, just in a different class. And in the next 6-7 years, I had like a blast. I made all these friends, and I guess I had malicious intent to him because I just kept laughing every time about how much he failed it.
Damn.
Wow.
That's worse than me.
Getting shot down by 15 girls, getting a football kicked into his face.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Not from me.
This
I don't.
poor
I didn't play. I didn't play with
These are
him.
the most
at all.
memorable moments.
No, like, and I guess he tried to like be friends with me, but I just kept him away. Like, not for me. Like this is about like moments of like people we don't like, right? Or like
No, this
uncomfortable
was. Was it?
Worst teacher
Oh.
/ school experience.
All right.
Yeah, and he put me through the worst experience, but then I like reveled in his shitty experience of middle school. So I guess it's just karma.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I guess I felt sorry for him, but I never actively tried to talk to him again, ever.
All right, Austin, you're up.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't really have. I can't think of any like bad like friend experiences.
Well, you don't have to do friend
Yeah,
experiences.
no.
It could be a teacher as well.
Just pick.
So
just pick
this
one.
one, this one, oh god, this one really pisses me off. Like looking back, okay, this one teacher, I swear, she hated kids. Like one, who was it? Two of my friends were doing extra credit for a different class, and you know this, Lucas. But I have like
I know what it was,
three
but
different things that she's done.
But that's when you start with extra credit, I don't know. My brain, like, whenever I hear the beginning of words, I just try to fill them in as fast as possible. So if I get them right in my head, I'm like, I give myself imaginary points. But for some reason, why when you said you started with X, I was like, my friends were doing ecstasy in the. I was like, wow. I hope I get this one right.
Aw, minus points.
My lord. My lord.
Oh.
Anyways, they were doing extra credit in our English class, and our teacher
In the
grabbed
English
it
class.
and for their history class, and grabbed it and ripped it apart in front of them because it's not English work or whatever. I don't know.
Wow.
She was a real hootenanny.
Okay, just double checking.
In other
that's
words, she
science.
was a fucking
hyper
bitch.
bitch.
Science?
Another thing.
Or
No, this was
was
English.
science or English?
English class.
Well, I think which teacher this is.
I'm not gonna say it, but if you figure it out, good on you.
I don't think I had her.
I don't think you did either. There were.
Yeah, this is freshman year, right?
No, this is middle
Or
school.
sophomore. Oh, middle
Middle
school. Yeah, I
school,
definitely
yeah.
didn't have her. We didn't have many classes together in middle school.
No, we didn't.
We did a lot more as we
okay,
got in
wait.
high school.
We'll talk about when we became friends later. Yeah, and this other time we did this group project for like I don't even remember, some like class board game style thing. And we had to make little posters
That
for
was
our
fun.
team. My team was the Purple Planets. And we were given a color and a thing, and it was like, oh, Purple Planets, yeah. And so we made everyone in the group had to make a poster, and like we all turned them in, and like some of them she hung up on the wall, some of them she passed back. And one day she came up to me and she's like, "Oh, are you ever gonna turn your poster?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I turned it in. Like, what are you talking about?" And she's like, "No, you didn't," and gave me a 0 on it. So I went to talk to her after class, and she wasn't there. So I went in the room. I looked on the wall, and it was fucking hanging up there with my name on it. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And I pointed it out, and she's like, "Oh, oops." I'm like, yeah, fucking. And this other time, we had we were reading The Breadwinner.
I like that
And
book.
somebody, one of my classmates lived across the street from me, and she asked to borrow my packet, and she needed it she was in that class, and so I gave it to her, and then she forgot to give it back, or she needed it overnight or something, and I didn't have it for the next day in class. And next day in class, she's like, "Oh, get out your packets." I'm like, "Oh, I let so and so borrow mine, and she still has it." And she's like, "Meet me in the hall." Like,
Oh snap!
middle of class, just like take me out
In
the
middle
hall,
school, this would be
and just
huge.
starts yelling at me and telling me that I don't care about her class and that I need to come prepared. I'm like, I'm like, ah.
In
I
middle
didn't
school,
even,
this
I didn't
would be
even
huge
say
when
anything
you're
because
super
I was a
insecure.
very introverted middle schooler, and so she just gave me a new packet and was just like, start from scratch.
Oh my god, in middle school, this would have been so horrible.
It was middle school.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, people are so introverted,
Austin,
and
I
like
feel
you've been
you,
super
man.
like.
Oh, it
I'm
was a
giving you
bad
20
time.
for surviving that shit.
He deserves it. Good on him.
Because both
Yeah.
me and Justin were just doing a friends, which like you have to deal with, but a
Yeah.
shitty teacher like that, I never had that, even though I went to the same school.
I think that's like really the only the only like really shitty teacher I've had. I've had like bad teachers that just like aren't good at teaching, but
Yeah.
they're like good. They're nice people. So
Yeah.
yeah. That's pretty much it for me though. So Nolan.
Well, I didn't really have any like shitty friend experiences, I guess.
Except Grant Blank.
Yeah, except for
God, yeah,
Grant
and then you
Blank.
sent him over to us.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. No, I'd say probably my worst experience in class was the time that I accidentally got high with one of my friends. His name is Varun. It's not a very unique name, but I mean, it's whatever. It's a first name.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And so you know how there's like scented markers?
Yeah.
So
I love those.
we sniffed that thing for the entire hour. And let me tell you something, it doesn't do wonders on your head. It fucking hurt so bad. And
You're
it
telling
was
me that-
it was horrible.
What grade was this?
This was in 6th grade.
God, we are smart. We are smart kids in 5th
Yeah.
to 6th
Oh my
grade.
god.
Yeah.
All of our worst
See, like
times were
I would
like going into
sniff
middle school.
markers, but then I would stop. I wouldn't like
No.
just.
We went the entire hour.
My
And then
lord.
actually, during that hour, we were also drawing on a piece of paper, and I kept it in my back pocket, and I kept sniffing it for the rest of the day. So, yeah.
I think we can prove without a doubt 5th grade to 8th grade are the worst times of your life
Oh,
from
yeah.
these stories.
That's terrible.
Yeah. And I also have
Middle
a
school just sucks.
I have 2 bad teachers, 2 that stick out. One of them is Miss B, and that was actually in the same class that I got high in. But so I was in that class, and apparently my sister had been in that class the year before, and she got like A's and whatever. And I'm like, okay, this will be fine. I go in there, and I'm like failing the entire year. But eventually, the teacher has to leave for a like I don't know, like an illness or something. So a sub comes in, and my grade jumps up to a B, and I'm like, this is a little bit sketchy, you know. So teacher comes back, drop back down to an F, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like I don't know what was going on, but I'm pretty sure there is some foul play there.
Wait, your school like went down to an F?
Amazing.
My grade in that class was at an F when she was teaching, but when a sub came in, it jumped back up to a B.
Yeah, but
Austin,
like
we're-
your
we're,
school system
we're,
had like the letter F.
Oh yeah,
Ours only went down to
we
E.
didn't have it. We didn't have it in elementary school, but we had Fs.
Austin, his school wasn't very religious like ours, where our school doesn't believe in the letter F. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why we don't have F in any of our names.
Yeah, actually,
believe
Oh
in
yeah,
name
my
your
school was
child
like, you're a
with an
fucking
F
failure,
name,
kill
it will
yourself.
probably
That's
be
what my
slaughtered.
school's like emotion was. But
That sounds like my board.
yeah, it wasn't that great. And the second teacher, Miss T, ask I'll tell you the guy. Well, I can just tell you guys her name now. It was Miss because Austin can believe it. But
Oh, thanks a lot.
ask Grant about her, and and oh dude, fucking Miss Trutner is immortal in so many ways. It is unbelievable.
Immortal.
Yeah, no,
Immortal.
you
That's
should have
amazing
seen.
line.
She brought her no, like she's literally immortal. She brought her like yearbook photo from like 60 years ago to class one day, and it was literally the same picture as like if you looked up and looked into her face.
That's so
It was
freaky.
horrifying.
That's like
Yeah, remember that time I had a
Wait,
vampire
so she
for a
looks.
teacher?
So she looks young for her age.
No, she looked horrible back then too.
Ah.
Maybe she has
Dang.
like
I don't know. Maybe she just like
Benjamin Button disease.
Benjamin Buttons, but she stopped.
Yeah, maybe.
She was
Maybe.
born and say the same thing
No,
for the rest of her life.
Me and my friends would joke about how every 10 years she would kill herself off and come back as a different name. Like 10 years prior she was Joanne, and now she's coming back as Joan. And
My lord.
yeah, so it's not good. But she was one of the worst teachers ever. I turned so much stuff into her that she just lost and gave me shit for it. It was so horrible.
God.
Well, I
She
mean,
was
if
such
you've
a
been
bad
teaching
teacher.
for 6,000 years like she has.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I would say that one of the requirements at our school was that you be a sarcastic asshole. I feel like there's so many different teachers at our school that are like that,
That are-
Austin.
yeah,
You
oh
remember
my
that?
god, there's so many.
Pretty much every good
Male
an-
English teacher is either a sarcastic cool guy or a sarcastic asshole.
And then the English teachers weren't any better because they'd be sarcastic about how bad you were at everything.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
I love how the one thing that I will say though that I will never ever like be happy or sad about is how every teacher knew me because of my handwriting.
Because it was so bad.
Yeah.
I actually had a teacher that like ogled over my handwriting. She wanted me to make it into a font, and I'm like, that's kind of weird.
No, you don't
Handwriting
understand.
fetish?
You don't understand.
No,
I
yeah,
told a
like-
teacher, I handed in something into a teacher, and then 5 minutes later, I was like, oh, I forgot to put my name on it. I was like, hey, can I put my name on the thing? And she's like, oh, you don't have to look. I know who you are. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, your
Yeah.
handwriting's by far the worst in our class. So I know which paper's yours. Don't worry. I was like, oh, great. And and that happened with I had comments from probably like 10 teachers about how bad my handwriting was.
It is
Yeah,
bad.
no.
And-
It is really bad.
My handwriting
If,
is.
if it makes you feel any
Pretty
better,
subpar.
Lucas, my handwriting is bad enough that I actually had to take my exams on a computer.
Ooh, that
Wow.
sounds like a lot of
That's pretty
fun.
bad.
Rip.
I actually, in elementary school, I had to take handwriting like lessons. Like it was in we had a main floor, and then we had like a kind of sub main floor, which was where the gym was, and then we had the basement, which is where the music area was. I had to go down to the basement to do my handwriting lessons.
Rip.
I remember when I was in speech therapy class, and
Yeah.
I was talking about that. I was like, my handwriting's really bad one time, and the teacher was like, oh, well, maybe they'll have you come down for along with speech therapy for handwriting class. I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, they look over kids' handwriting and see if it's too bad, and they'll send them down here. I was like, oh, I wonder if I'll get in that. And my mom was like, you better get in that class. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, no, I was
never-
definitely in that, cause like, okay, the walk that you had to go to get there was kind of odd, cause like you go down these long stairs, like you go in the front doors, you go down this
I
hallway
know
downstairs,
exactly what you're talking about.
and then you go down a kind of like stairwell through some doors, and then it's kind of weirdly lit, cause it's like a
No,
kind of
it's,
lobby area, but there are bathrooms, and then there's a hallway, and then you go into
it's,
the music area, and they have like makeshift desks in there for you to write on.
Jesus.
And they
I
have
was in
those
the
like
play. I know
special
exactly what you're
pencil
talking
grips to like show where your fingers are, and there's like numbers on it. I'm like, man, I'm not an idiot. Come on.
I was in
But
the
that
play.
actually really helped me, like how to grip pencils. I used to hold them awfully. Like I used to hold them with my pinky and my thumb and my ring
Oh
finger.
my god.
And
dude.
my fingers would
What's wrong
literally
with
my index and middle finger would stick up when I wrote. That's how bad it was.
You were just flipping everyone off. They're like,
I
don't know how to use a
was
pencil.
piecing everyone out. I was piecing them out.
Dude,
No.
that's fucking funny.
The way I hold a pen is actually how I hold my fucking chopsticks.
That's the same with me, but
I mean, now I hold it exactly like those grips are made because of that class. Yet my handwriting is
Grips?
still pretty shitty.
Yeah, no. I got once put into a a class or whatever you would like to call it because I would not stop resting my head on my hands, and apparently you can't do that in elementary school.
Really? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Well, do you know scientific reasoning behind it?
no. They just said
It
that
makes you
like
dumber.
they would just send me to like this random class where the teacher like anytime I would do that she'd go, "Don't do that. That's what necks are for." And I'm like, "The fuck? I'm tired of this shit. Let me out."
Rip
I'm just
back people
imagining
because
Nolan sitting in this room alone, sitting at a desk, and the teacher's just staring at him, waiting for him to do
That's
it.
pretty much what it was. Like this teacher was just sitting across from me, and like it was actually a circular table.
I think it'd
So
be
she was sitting
hilarious.
across from me, and she was like trying to tell me something or whatever. And then I put my hand on my like like on my face and try and rest it down. And she just goes, "Don't do that. That's what necks are for." And I'm like, "The fuck?"
I think it'd be hilarious. There'd be two things that'd make that hilarious. One, you like go to pick your nose, and she's like, "No, don't do that. You're not allowed to do that." And then, or it would be even funnier if there was like a fat kid in the room, and the kid just looks down and is like, "What's a neck?"
What's it?
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow. Lucas, you're toxic.
Minus points.
Hey, no, that was a good joke. That was a good joke.
I'm just kidding.
Blight. Blight on this world.
Hey, I'm not toxic in video games. I'm only
No, you're
toxic
not. You're a very nice person.
in jokes.
Anyone else got weird?
You-
Classroom stuff, or should we move on?
Let's move on.
All right.
Wait, Austin, I got told the bad experience between you and me.
Bad experience.
When we were in creative writing class, one time I drew on his on his journal.
My
I drew on his
sacred
journal,
writing
and then
journal.
The teacher calls me out in front of the entire class and says, "Lucas, this is not what you do because your journal is your sacred place to keep your thoughts. It is yours and yours only. That is his journal. That is where he keeps his creative juices. He cannot." You are not allowed to mess with his flow.
Yeah.
And all the guys are like, what the hell?
I was like, what? I let him.
I was hoping you'd back me up at the same time. I was like, you should just stay out of this, Austin.
Yeah, I wasn't
don't
gonna be like,
understand what's
oh
going
no,
on
it's
here."
okay. I didn't want him to be like, it's not okay, and go at you even harder. The next thing I wrote down actually was a joke that I thought of, so I'm gonna tell this. Really,
Is it as good as mine?
it's a pretty shitty joke. I'm probably gonna lose points for this.
All right.
All right.
Is it you're up to my sin? I'm just kidding.
It kind of is actually to that level of a joke. All right, how do Southerners produce artwork?
I don't know. How do they?
How do what produce artwork?
How do Southerners, like in America,
No.
Oh.
No.
they
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
they draw?
All right. So the points I'm about to take off. The points I'm going to take off, depending on how long your joke took, was how many I was going to take off. Your joke took 47 seconds. You were at
Jeez.
negative 37.
Oh, come on.
Justin, you made it to second place.
Wait, no, didn't I have those 20 points?
I gave you 20. You got to 10, and now you're back in negatives.
Oh man.
I was at negative
Okay.
10?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, that was worth it. I was very
I don't
proud
think it was.
when I came up with that joke. Okay, next question. What was some of the like, you know how when you're a kid you like don't care about your life and you do all sorts of crazy shit. What was some of the crazy shit you did as a kid?
I gotta think of something.
Who goes for? Well, you go last
first,
every time,
obviously.
Nolan. I'm
Yeah.
first now.
I know. You're second.
I'm second.
You didn't beat me. I'm still really far behind from those 50 points from that Europe joke was horrible.
No one's got this podcast in the bag.
I know.
Yeah.
I was thinking about giving you points, Nolan, for some of your awesome stories, but I was like, you're way too far ahead. We really didn't
Yeah.
get this close. Anyways, I guess something that you wouldn't think is crazy, but something that my parents really didn't like was that I was very good at hide and seek. I was so quiet that for the fact that I have tons of stories about me getting lost in department stores because I was so quiet.
Oh no.
So when I got okay, this isn't a crazy thing, but I'll just set the scene for what my story is going to be.
Sure.
I was so quiet that one time my parents didn't want me to move anywhere, so they had me have my Game Boy Advance, and so they put me on this giant shelf so I wouldn't hop down and like roam around. and the fact that the Game Boy Advance would keep me preoccupied. So
Mhm.
it's pretty solid. They didn't know how preoccupied I'd be though. I was so preoccupied that probably like a half an hour to an hour later, I had noticed that about 15 minutes ago, a couple had started to stare at me, and they were like, "That statue's really real." and when my dad went to pick me up, they were really confused, and then when I started moving, they're like, "Oh!" And they looked very surprised because they did not think I was a living being.
That's so
They assumed
funny.
that I was a piece of modern art that just looked very realistic. And the weird part was that why would they have this 6-year-old kid as a modern piece of art in a shoe store? But supposedly I was saying that still that I made some people think I was a piece of modern art. Anyways, this leads into the story where in hide and seek, I'm so patient, so quiet, and so like don't do anything that supposedly my parents we started playing hide and seek, and we were in a friend's house, and we went all over the place. My sister thought it was a good idea. No, my sister's friend thought it was a good idea. That, where they would never look, the washer machine. So she
Oh
put
my
me in the
gosh.
washer machine and closed the door, and then she came back 15 minutes later. She was like, I shouldn't close the door," and she opens it back up. And then supposedly I was in there for an hour and a half. They said, and my parents were so angry because they didn't know where I was, and the fact that I was in the washing machine, and what the family had decided to do their laundry.
Yeah, really. You literally.
Okay,
could die.
actually though, wait, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. I
Okay.
mean, I have like better stories, but I feel like that's the one I can tell most vividly.
Okay.
One time, for crazy stuff, I think I have like a couple things that was like, not like one's not like super crazy, but it was weird. So my friend, his dad was like super cool and would let us do pretty much anything. And we asked if we could ride on the back of his minivan, like the little lip on the back of a car, like at the edge of the
Yeah.
trunk. Yeah, so we stood on that and held onto the roof, and he like just started driving around, like going around the block. He would like,
Jeez.
and then he would go like kind of fast and just to try to freak us out. But like, I mean, we were
Yeah.
kids, we were fucking loving it. But yeah, that was kind of crazy. And then another time, same friend. He lives near this like kind of creek area, but it's more like a sewer creek. So there's this big sewer entrance, like
Yep.
grated off with like metal poles. One of the poles was bent, so we thought it would be a really cool idea to, squeeze in there and explore the fucking sewer pipe. We got like 10 feet, and we realized there are fucking spiders everywhere. And we're like, nope, and we never went in there again.
Yeah.
But we were so excited, like we brought backpacks full of like granola bars and flashlights
Oh my
and
God.
stuff.
So you were planning on being down there for hours.
We were planning on like following it to the end, and then we were like, nope.
Oh my God, dude.
It was pretty sad.
Yeah, it's better than getting lost down there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
I think it was just like a straight pipe, but I don't know. Who knows? Never. I'm like half tempted to go there, but no. That's pretty much all I can think of for like crazy stuff I've done as a kid. Justin, you got something? I think you're next.
Well, I used to have an Atlas beetle as a pet.
Those are the ones with
They're
the
big.
Yeah, they're huge, right?
3 horns.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, pretty much. I had one of those, but then I got into catching bugs.
So you're
Like,
just living Animal Crossing.
Yeah, sort of. but then we came across like me and my neighbor came across like fucking jazz centipedes, and we're like,
Ooh.
We also found like grubs. So like the stuff that turns into pupas.
Yeah, that
turns
you
into
put on
beetles.
like fishing rods.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
Ooh,
we
those are
just
good.
left them because we knew that they would actually like turn into beetles someday.
Ugh.
So we just left.
God, I'm just getting like. Ugh.
We caught these emerald like beetles because when you threw them at someone's face, they would fly away
Oh my
immediately.
God.
they would fly away immediately. I actually threw it at a friend's face and it flew away, but he fainted.
Oh, wow. Man, you're just awesome.
There were also like moths and stuff, but I couldn't catch them because I didn't want to kill them because they're more fragile than normal
Yeah, I
beetles.
think if you touch their wings, they get really fucked.
Yeah, I had I didn't actually have like a bug net. I just used a fish net that I used to have all around to catch stuff. I once caught like a gecko, but I didn't want to.
What?
Probably
It's kind of awesome.
it would probably like no, but it would probably eat the rest of the bugs I had.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably
And-
right.
And also because it might have been eaten by all the bugs in there, because there were a lot of bugs in that like container I had.
You could have made it like a little fighting arena and had like an underground bug fighting ring.
I'd
Maybe
rather
put some hobos
not.
in there too.
Big bets on
I'd
which one
rather
will
not.
last the longest.
Then Gecko's
Um,
like the boss.
I ended up throwing. Well, not really throwing. I ended up releasing everything, but it was a cool collection. I had at least 30 insects there.
Report KT4 for throwing. Minus 10 points for throwing. I'm just kidding.
Maybe when I learned to ride a bike when I was like 7,
When I was 16,
And,
I learned to ride a bike.
and
Yeah.
I crashed into the fence and nearly fell off the.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
That's about
Jeez.
it. That's about it for me. That's the dumbest shit I've done ever.
Yeah, actually, before you go, Nolan, I have a little expoundation
Okay. go ahead.
on falling off of
Complete.
wheeled objects. I had a ripstick when I was a kid. Still
Oh,
have
dude,
it.
Those are the shit. man.
Ripsticks are the dope. Although my girlfriend always is like, "Ripsticks are for losers." I'm like, "You're a fucking loser."
No. Yeah, exactly.
And then she just gives you the stare, and you're like, please no.
Please don't beat
Your
me.
girlfriend has a good stare.
She does. It's very unfortunate. I was riding on the sidewalk, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just like do a little because you know how driveways have that slant, and then it goes into the road."
Yeah.
I was gonna go down that and then back up and go back up on the sidewalk and go back the way I was going, and I hit a bump and I fell like flat into the road, and a car was coming.
Oh
It didn't
my
hit
God.
me,
Oh my.
but yeah, I scraped my elbow pretty bad. And I think I still have the little scar. Yeah, I do. It's kind of gross though. It's like
I have
'Cause
a
it's
scar
on,
on my
like, a
lip
part
from
that,
an
like-
insect.
of skin that like I don't know is like flappy when your arm's out, and then it like pulls tight when you
Ah,
close your
I know
arm.
what
Yeah,
you mean.
it's like on the tip of my
You mean
elbow.
you mean the tip, right?
Yeah, your weenus.
Yep, exactly. The weenus.
Yes.
The weenus.
I have a scar on my lip because of ice skating.
Oh boy.
Like, I fell face first into
Ow. Ooh.
the ice. I think I cut myself on a skate though.
Nolan.
All right. Wait, what was the question again? Like crazy shit we did
Crazy
as
shit
a
you
kid?
did as a kid, pretty much.
Well, the first thing that came to mind was the time that I tried to break into an ice warming house and the cops came.
Oh my god.
What?
So I lived down the road from an ice warming house. You know, like how they have ice skating rinks, and then over next to them, like they'll have an ice warming house, so you can go in and it'll be all nice and toasty, and you can
Huh.
put your ice skates on and go out.
Yeah. Oh,
I
do know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So this was in the middle of summer, and me and a couple of friends were down there, and we're like, man, like we knew that there were toys in there in the attic, so we were gonna go in there and like loot the place and get the toys. So we thought we were being all like sly and shit. We're like, hey, does anyone have like a bobby pin so we can go and break into this place? So one of my friends goes, yeah, I do, because she was a chick, so she pulled one out of her hair or whatever. I don't know where they come from.
Out of her ass.
But
She actually just pulled it out of her ass. That's where they keep
Yeah.
them.
I got like 30
So
more.
she pulls one out and she like starts going to work, and like she thinks she knows what she's doing. Like everyone thinks that they know what they're doing. Eventually the cops come, and like I remember this female cop, and she was like, yeah, what are you guys doing? And we're like, nothing. And then she was like, were you guys trying to get in there? And we were like, oh no. And, like this cop obviously knew, because there was a security camera pointed at the door, and it was these little kids trying to break into a
Wait, how
house.
old?
Oh, we weren't old. We were like 8 or something.
All right. I want
But,
to
My
know.
lord.
Yeah, so that happened. Other than that, there's been like a lot of times where like I probably should have died but didn't. Like a lot of biking incidents. I loved to
Oh.
skid on my bike as a kid. There's so many times where I hit gravel and just went fucking flying.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's the one time that I can think of that was really over the top.
Wow.
Sounds like the wildest out of us.
Yeah.
Was the G-Man there?
No, actually he wasn't. These are some local neighborhood kids. I don't even think I knew Grant at 8.
Oh,
All right.
man. Also, with cops being called on you, I have a story about that.
I have plenty of stories about that.
You've had, Austin, you've had a lot of times where you've had the cops called on you and you've been there, but you've not done anything wrong.
Well,
Had a
this time
lot,
I
yeah.
did. So I was into climbing. I don't know, like 3, maybe 4 years ago, probably like closer to 2 or 3 years ago. Like climbing onto the roofs, specifically of my high school.
No, that's what I was talking about. Like,
Yeah.
remember when we were out really late and you guys were not the high school, but the elementary school?
Oh yeah, no, there's a different
By
time about that
Lakeside.
too, though.
Like, we were just hanging out there, and then it turned out 2 of the people that we couldn't find were on the roof,
Yeah.
and then the cops were there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is a different time where I went on the high school roof with 2 of my friends, and we were just running around. Like, it was a blast. Because, like, oh god, it is so much fun to be up on that roof. Because there's, like, ledges to jump off, there's ladders to climb, and it's all, like, this black, I don't know,
Tar?
not tar, it's like a matte, like, kind of rubber thing. So it's kind of, like, soft if you jump on.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't know how to
It was-
explain it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, it was
Astro?
really cool.
Yeah,
No, not-
like AstroTurf.
but, like,
if it was all
solid.
made into a if it was making
Yeah.
into a sheet.
Exactly. Exactly like that. And yeah, and nothing happened, and we got off, we went home. And then cops showed up at my friend's house who wasn't there. Like, somebody who, like, none of us looked like him, and they asked if he had been on the high school roof recently.
Wow.
And, like, I'm like, wow, I'm glad he got the fucking blame for that. None of us who were actually there got, like, anything. But the time the cops actually came and were called on me was when I went on the elementary school roof. You can see a pattern with this.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, but this is the time where it was middle of the day, and I actually was up there with a different Ryan, the one that knows how to.
I was thinking of the time when the sun was setting and like we were all
Yeah.
like being stupid and we were playing hide and seek and we were like high school
Yes,
age.
yes.
And then we
And-
couldn't find the 2
Yeah,
guys.
they went on the roof.
because they were on the roof.
Yeah. This is the time. It was a different time. I think it was somebody was having a party, but like not like a you get crunk nasty party, like a hangout and like go home at 7 party. Just kidding. Go home at 9. I don't know. And so we went on the
9
roof and
o'clock?
we were hanging around, and then like as we were getting down, cop car shows up and like they're just like, hey, somebody said there were some kids on the roof that looked like they were gonna like jump off and fucking kill themselves. I'm like, what? Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, he didn't see like who was on. He just like gathered our whole group and was like, he just let us off with a warning, which was super nice. He was like, yeah, just don't do it again.
I think that was
He
the
just-
same
it was
exact
just 'cause, like,
excuse they used.
People
Are
thought we were
we thinking
gonna
the same
jump
time?
off and kill ourselves, so they called the cops.
My lord.
Yeah. And also, I've been called the cops on for ding dong ditching this one old guy with 2 of my friends. Actually, he's not even an old guy. I want to say it's the house that former President Gerald R. Ford lived in,
Neat.
which is close to my house. Kind of cool. But he was like he was the guy like in the neighborhood that would always get mad and like yell when people ding dong ditched him. So obviously we always hit his house on our nightly ding dong ditching runs. And one time he just because like we would ding dong ditch, run across the street, and there was this kind of like hedge that we had laid down behind. And he would usually go out, yell, and then go back in. He didn't go back in. He stood there, like, with his hands on his hips and was just staring, waiting. And, like, he had called the cops, so he was waiting for the cops to show up.
Oh my
And,
god.
yeah, it was
Austin.
because like we were like, do we run? Do we stay
That
here? What the
reminds me of
fuck
the
do we
story.
do? Like a bunch of 10-year-olds hiding behind a fucking bush, waiting to like I
Yeah,
don't know,
that
get waterboarded.
that reminds
'cause
me
that's
of
what kids think.
the time we got one of my friends to shit in a fountain. Yeah, so this was like midwinter, and we were walking to my house from one of my other friends' house, and we decided we want to like do ding dong ditching or something, but instead we decided this guy had a fountain, and we told one of my friends, hey, go over there and shit that fountain. Don't worry, you'll be fine. We'll watch for any calls or cars, and we'll call you if they come.
Like this
So-
guy's personal fountain.
Yeah, it's like in his front yard. So sure enough, he starts to drop a deuce. We get on the phone with him to reassure him because he's fucking terrified.
That's right. Why he's
driving
dropping
down
a
the street.
deuce.
Yeah, no, here comes a car down the street. Sure as shit, it turns into the driveway. It's the fucking people. Like, they came home right as he was in their fountain taking a shit.
Oh my god.
So our friend is there now, just lying on his stomach in this fountain, trying not to be seen. We're laughing our ass off
He's saying
across
his
the
own
street.
shit?
No. He the fountain's big enough to where he can like step to the side of
Oh,
it.
so he like scooted over.
Yeah. But yeah, we were laughing our ass off. Eventually, he got out of there and we ran away. But it was like the best timing ever.
Oh my god. That would be
That
so
would be awful. That would be absolutely awful.
Can I just chalk this up to American stuff?
Yeah, this is.
Don't worry.
Yeah. What
That's
you
what
you wankers in the UK don't do stuff like that?
Yeah, come on.
Or in
I'm not born in the
Hong
UK.
Kong?
In the Hong Kong.
In Hong Kong, we're like, how can I say this? No, we like too much respect goes around to everyone, and too many manners
Oh,
are tolerated.
dude, fuck that. If someone
Yeah,
has a
what,
fountain, you gotta
America?
shit in it. Come on.
If you have a
It's-
fountain,
no-
odds
no
are
one
someone's
owns
gonna
a-
shit in it.
No one owns a personal fountain in Hong Kong.
What about the rich people?
It's too small. Not even the rich
Yeah, there's not
people.
enough
The rich
space
people
in
do
Hong
not.
Kong.
There's
Well,
not enough space.
usually it's actually considered an honor in America if your fountain gets shit in. It's usually good
Yeah.
luck for 3 months.
All right, Justin, you want to do one more question before you head off to Betty Bye?
Yeah, I'm ready. It's 5
Alright,
a.m.
let me find
please.
a question that won't actually like take a long time.
Your 3 questions took forever.
I know. Well, they're good questions.
Yeah.
I tried to think
Wait,
of
are you
questions
saying
that would...
my questions weren't good? The
Okay.
questions that may or may not have been cut out of the original podcast?
Oh boy.
You should put some of my questions in there, Austin. They were really appropriate.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
You
I mean,
know
they were
what,
either inappropriate or bad, or both.
But
All right,
that's what I was saying.
here's the question. Do you have any like kind of weird
Fetishes?
no, not fetishes, pet peeves? Do you have any like weird pet peeves?
I like Lucas's better.
That can go in the undertones. Save
Oh,
it
we're
for
not
the
gonna
undertones,
we can-
boys.
I'll write that down for next week.
Good idea.
Yeah, I'm not answering that one.
Oh, come on, Nolan, you gotta open up like a budding
Nope.
flower.
No, I
Nope.
could have deducted you for points so many times, but you did so many times where you deserved points that I can literally never move you from the point 117.
Yeah.
The only way that we could have won is if we could get you more points than you, but considering that none of them of us are in the positives,
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
Yeah.
and the only thing that me and Austin have done is lose points, and Justin has just been too tired to get points.
All right, guys, pet peeves. Do you have any weird pet peeves?
Um.
I didn't think about this question, so I don't have an answer.
Oh goddamn!
No, you
I'm
have to have an
first
answer.
still.
Come on.
I
you're
might have to
first.
go first. Because I lost points for you. All right. Anyways, what do you think? A weird pet peeve of mine. Can I say an old one that I outgrew?
Sure.
All right. I used to really, I really used to despise the color pink, really badly. So much that I wouldn't touch it or anything that had touched the color pink ever. I wouldn't touch that.
Wow.
By,
Really?
Dude.
by association. The thing that got me over it was money, though.
What?
My family started paying me money to eat and drink things out of pink items, and that's how I got over it.
Jeez.
I wouldn't like touch people that had pink clothing on, or like hug them, or
Oh
like
my god.
I like lightly tap them. Yeah, it was a weird pet peeve.
That is
but-
really funny.
Yeah, I fortunately outgrew it, but
Hmm.
you know, but Austin, I'm gonna need to change your name color. Just kidding.
No, I like pink.
But yeah, no, it was really weird. And in hindsight, when I was growing out of it, I was like, oh, this is solely justified. How could they not understand me not wanting to touch anything pink or anything that has touched pink? I don't know why.
Oh, am
Yeah.
I next?
Yeah, you're
Ah,
next.
jeez.
You should have lost so many points. You were second to
No, I
last
shouldn't have
before
told
that.
I shouldn't have told that fucking joke.
You gained points actually. No, wait,
No, I
that joke
lost
lost you
points
a
for
ton.
that joke.
But then you gained points again. But then you lost them again. And then you lost again.
Yeah.
You lost this shit.
I don't want to talk about it. Does anyone else know one? Because I really am blanking on this.
Pet peeve.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I got a pet peeve, I guess,
Okay.
kinda.
Uh,
I hate listening to people like breathe or eat or something like that. It's
Oh, yeah.
really, really, really annoying. Like, I don't know, just like I can be like eating in the same room with my family as whatever, but if I notice that my dad like made like some really obnoxious noise or something, I'll like focus on him eating and I have to leave the room because
Wow.
it's so goddamn annoying.
I thought of one, also.
Okay, go
Justin,
ahead.
do you want to go first or Austin? I don't know.
Do you have one?
Let
Justin?
Austin go
Okay.
first.
When, like, I don't. Doesn't really happen to me much anymore. But like, I had a friend who would always like touch me when he was talking to me, and that was.
Oh, he'd
really,
like grab your arm and be like,
Yes.
"Yo, Austin, listen."
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
that?
You know who I'm
I don't know
talking
who you're
about.
Talking about? I don't know who you're talking about,
Oh
but
yeah, but yeah.
know
Oh,
exactly
I
what
don't
you're
know. It's just
talking about.
really like I don't know. It was just weird. Cause like he would kind of like lean in, like grab my arm, and be like, "Yo, yo, yo." I'm like,
Yeah, I understand.
It's not like I don't like being all touchy, but like, I don't know.
It gets annoying when it happens every time.
Every time I'm being talked to. Yeah.
Yeah, like he'll be on the other side of the room, and then he'll come over all the way just so he can touch you and tell you something.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, he's stopped doing that. Like, I never said like, dude, that bothers me, cause like,
Cause it was me.
no, cause I was a very introverted person. But, yeah, so that's pretty much my weird pet peeve I had.
I have an actual weird pet peeve. Mine was like kind of a normal one. I hate saying my own name.
I don't mind
Like,
saying my name.
I don't know. It's just like I don't encounter that many people with my same name, so I don't say it that often. So when I say it, it sounds really weird.
So you'd prefer us calling you BacksideRammer to Nolan?
No, you can call me by my actual name. I just don't like saying it.
Oh, you yourself saying
Yeah,
it.
I don't like saying it.
Oh, it's like kind of how people don't like people that say like their name in third person. Like Nolan went out and did this, or Lukas went out. Like
Well,
it
yeah,
kind of
'cause,
feels
I mean,
like that.
Yeah, like when do I ever say my own name? Like barely ever. You know, I can say it like maybe twice a year and I'll never notice.
Yeah, because you'd rather say like I or
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
There's
Yeah,
just no need for me to
Or
say
we.
it. So I hate saying it.
I understand.
Justin,
Um,
are you alive?
yeah, I'm alive.
Okay.
People tugging at my hair when they want my attention.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah, that's kind of
I
annoying.
mean, it's not weird, but coming up with weird pet peeves like me and Nolan's are kind of hard to come up with.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's just annoying. Guess if I had to think of, it'd probably be closing my laptop, like when I'm on it, like just working
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
to get my attention.
Mm-hmm. That seems
It's
like
kinda
that
new
kind
age
of piss me off. If somebody did that.
No one
yeah,
does
it's
that.
just new. It's new now.
Oh boy.
No one
it's
that
just-
would.
Like it's just the people in my flat. Sometimes
Hmm.
just close my laptop. Sped so bad.
All right. I really think we should end this.
Yeah.
What did we
Thank you
talk?
all.
Can we do a quick summary of what we went over real quick?
Okay.
I
A
just
lot
from-
of random bullshit.
We started off
Yeah.
with our little intros,
Our
and
intro.
we did favorite video game.
Mm-hmm.
and
Then we also
/first.
talked about where our tags
Yeah,
came
we also
from.
talked about where our screen
Yep.
names came from.
We talked about school at some point.
Yeah, bad
School.
teachers, which led into school, all that stuff, and then I told my awful joke, and then we talked about crazy stuff we did as kids. We did that for a while, and then we talked about cop stories, cops being called on us,
Yep.
and then we talked about we talked a lot about those cop stories, and we did some
then
stuff
we-
that's probably gonna go into the under the cuts.
Yep.
What is that officially called?
Undertones.
Undertones.
Racist undertones.
No, not
Race-
racist undertones. Not racist undertones.
Just
Yes,
undertones.
racist
God damn it. I don't want to put up like a video called racist undertones.
Undercuts, undertones.
We'll just call it either under the cut or the undertones.
Oh wait, what if we call our regular podcast overtones?
Yeah.
Overtones?
Overtones and then
Overtones.
undertones.
Overtones, like
The uncensored version.
undertones
That
is
actually
the
kinda works.
uncensored version, and overtones is the regular one.
Mm-hmm.
That works.
Or it could just be tones podcast.
The tones.
That's
No, I don't know
Yeah.
about tones. But
Well, anyways, we didn't come up with a name, but Austin will name it by the time it starts.
yeah, thanks for throwing me under the fucking bus.
I mean, it was my idea not to come up with something, but then we ended up focusing so much on certain questions that I thought we'd have a lot more content to pick from, and we really didn't. Unless you want to pick from my questions,
No.
but well, my questions got their own podcast, so I'm.
Yeah, that's,
I
that's,
got my
how,
own
that's how
podcast.
bad they were. Bad.
Wow, you get to post 2 podcasts.
I know.
You're so lucky. All right, so here's how it's gonna work. You get the amount of time that you have to sign off is equal to the amount of time that to your rank.
No, it's way too long.
What? Then we
No,
don't have
you don't
time.
get 117 seconds, Nolan. It's just arbitrary.
Oh, okay.
So I have 5 seconds to sign off. Austin will have 10. Justin will have 20, and you'll have 30.
I don't need 30 seconds.
Well,
I already know
let's
what I
just
want
do
to say.
5, 10, 15, 20.
But you can say whatever you have up to that.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna time myself. Ready, set. I was Lukas. I was on this podcast, and I really enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye. Austin, 10 seconds. Starting now.
I was Austin. I'm the host. I'm the best. Bye.
That was 3 seconds. All right.
Oh, sweet.
Here you go, Justin. You have 20 seconds.
Thanks for listening. If you actually listened to the entire thing. This is Justin. 再见.
All right. That was 12 seconds. And no one, you have a full 30 seconds. And you get to close out the podcast.
Wow.
All right.
So-
Look at you.
Well, I'd like to thank you all for listening to our podcast. This will probably happen again, unfortunately. My name is Nolan, and I am now going to go jerk off. Goodbye.
Oh boy.
We'll see
Keep
ya.
that sound in there. Keep that sound in there.
Oh, and now Lukey's gone.
All right. Trying.
You're going to bed.
Damn it.
I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Podcast over.